Hi, everyone. At the moment, if you see me having this crazy look on my face, it's because I'm trying to send emails to everybody who signed up, and there's like over 80 of you, um, to say that there was a change in the links. We've had some technical difficulties today from our service providers. So uh, they've managed to help me create another way of still being able to do this broadcast. So there'll be a couple of changes to the program today, but we're still aiming for starting at 10 and having Yumi come on and being able to share as much as I had planned to in today's webinar. So if you see this weird look on my face, it's because I'm really quickly typing for the next 4 minutes so that I can get this all ready to go. Um, Now, where am I? Hi everyone. This has been a really interesting morning, and things happen as they do. And I just hope that I've been able to get in contact with as many of you as I can. I think there's about 30 of you that I couldn't get in contact with. However, after this webinar, I will be able to go through the whole list of registrants and send you a link for the replay. So you still won't miss out. Even if you can't access this live, you will still get the replay. So don't worry about it. I That's just me doing the replay there. So just hang on, let me get that off. Um, Now let's. Sorry, I just had to get that off my screen. And what we are going to do is have a look at welcoming everyone. Sorry, I'm just a little bit all over the place with what I would normally be doing, and so it's going to take me a while just to get back into the flow of things. I hope you have your cuppa ready because I swear I wish this was filled with something other than tea. And I think I might help myself to something later on tonight. But I would just like to welcome you all for coming. This has been something I've been planning to do for quite a few years. And there are some of you who have been sharing little steps of this journey all the way along. And this is my open day, finally, of Ingrid Creates Online Art School. So I would like to welcome you all to it. And I really thank you for your support in coming along and watching this live event. And hopefully it will give you a taste of what it will be like to do webinars in group chats and things like that. It'll give you an idea or a feel for how the online school operates. And I'll be doing more and more of these free webinars to familiarize and help you understand how it all works. It is something a little bit different in terms of learning art and silk ribbon embroidery and all the different things that I do online, but that's also a great thing. And for those of you who've been following my art blog at Ingrid Lee Art, you know that I always take on new challenges and I always try and push the boundaries of my creativity, and this is really one of them. So I'm excited to present to you my first online school. I'll just give you a little bit of background to the school. I Now, by the way, I'm not looking at the chats at the moment. I will have a look at those during one of the presentations. And then I can respond to your questions. So if you have any specific questions, just leave them in the bottom of the chat. And during the demonstration towards the end of this webinar, I'll be able to read through them and answer all your questions then. It's just, it's not normally how I would do things, but for now, this is how I'm going to do it. And anyway, back to why I created an online school. Basically, I find it really difficult to be all over the world at one time. And it's not something that I'm new to. I'm used to teaching. I have taught online before with my art classes and with other programs. And basically, I wanted to create a community online environment that was similar to the way I used to operate my regular face-to-face schools, or the way that I would teach masterclasses as I do anywhere around the world. So how this works online is that you enroll in a class, you get information on your screen, you get to watch a video, you get to download things. I'm going to show you in a minute. And you get to watch all that great stuff, learn as you need to, learn as you go. Once you've paid for a course, you can keep watching it over and over again. You have evergreen access to that course. So if you can only finish a little bit of it today and you don't have time to do it until next week, that's okay. You can just log back in next week. You could log back in 6 months' time and pick up where you left off. you could pick up in a year's time and still be able to access that class. Even if you've finished a class, you can still go back and watch that again. You might have another idea to do with the project and you've forgotten something about a technique that I spoke about. You can go back in and watch it again. So it's having ongoing access and being part of the online school community. So it's not only just about learning, it's about sharing and being part of a bigger creative community of people. So in order to do that, we have forums, we have webinars like this, and I'll explain more about that in a minute. We have VIP events and a couple of other ways that we can try and build and share knowledge. Basically, my whole philosophy behind all the work that I do, whether it's for exhibitions or teaching or collaborative art projects with companies and other artists, is to share, inspire, learn, and create. And that's basically the mission of why I do what I do. And this is one of those outcomes. So let's have a look at the online school. Hello to those of you who might be joining us now and you've just received the email. As you will know, we've had a bit of a technical problem and we're still going on with the show. So I'm expecting Yumiko Kanazawa to come on in about 20 minutes. So for the for the next 20 minutes or so, I'll be sharing with you the website, how it all sort of works very briefly. I'll do another webinar in the next week or so for those of you who want to have me step by step go through everything that we have on the site and all the possibilities that you can do in order to create and be part of our community. But for today, it's just a quick tour of the school and having a chat and getting to see you all and sharing a couple of different things. So let's have a look at the online school. For those of you who haven't gone across to the online school yet, here is the online school. And at Ingrid Creates, you can see here a copy of the video that you all would have watched in order to register to the course. As we scroll down, there's an area here to the left of the screen where your login will be. So you can see that currently it says welcome Ingrid Lee and I'm logged in. And here in the middle, we have a free membership button. And basically, in order for you to access this course or any of the areas in our website, you need to have free membership access. Otherwise, you won't get to watch the free mini tutorials. You won't get to attend or access many of the blog posts. And it's free. Basically, you just sign up your name and details. I'll show you how now. And you get to play around in our school and come and visit and hang out. So let's have a username. Happy is my username. Ask me at gmail.com. Put in your email address, your first name, second name. I'm in Australia. And this is the important question. I had someone on Facebook, and I hope she's here today. I won't mention names, but she didn't quite get the correct password. Now, the only reason why I have a password on this registration form is because when I didn't have one, I had lots of spammers and hackers trying to get into my site. So this simple process eliminates that. So who teaches at ingridcreates.com? Ingrid Lee does. So you need both my first name and my second name. And then you click register and you're done. So once you've registered, it will take you to your account, which is just in here. I'm not going to click through that right now, but basically you'll go to your account and you can set up other details. You can set up a photo. And the other thing that is really important for you to do when you log on is to go to the forum. There are links in your account and come and say hello. I only have one of you who have come and said hello, and that's Pat. Hi, Pat. So that's The first steps that you'll take to being part of our online community is coming and saying hello in the forum. And in the forum, that's the place where I'll be sharing a lot of information, a lot of extra photos from in the courses, and it's where you get to share as well. It's not about promoting businesses and stuff. It's about promoting ideas, sharing what you've been doing, asking questions. This is where you get to ask me questions. You get to ask questions of each other and look at what everybody's creating, just like we would if we were in a normal school classroom environment. So let's have a look at some of the classes. If we have a look over here at online classes, uh, you can host a pod class. Now, I'll be talking more about that in the next webinar, but basically, a pod class is where I'm here and you're at a convention or with your group of students at your school or with a group of friends, and you're all in one space. I'm here in my studio and we have a live group class. So there's lots of information on that link to explain more about it. We have porcelain courses, silk ribbon embroidery courses, free mini tutorials. Let's have a look over there. Free mini tutorials. So I've got a whole area here, and this is where you need to have free membership and be logged in, because otherwise you can't access this information. But I've created a section of free videos, free articles on our blog that will help you get the basics for the course that you're wanting to do. Basically, let's click on one and have a look. Basically, it's just to get you started. I'm not going to be teaching beginners classes and things like that. I think you can get a lot of information from these quick videos. They're under 10 minutes. Some of them are 5 minutes, but pretty much I try and stick to under 10 minutes so that you can get the basics and basically get started on a course. So they're a great refresher as well. And also, all teachers have different ways of approaching doing things. And everything on ingridcreates.com is me sharing my experiences of working as a professional artist for the past 20 years and teaching art for the past 20 years. So it's basically my way of sharing my information and experience with you. And of course, lots of other teachers teach in different ways. And mine is just one of them that I hope you're interested in learning. So here is the Ribbon Basics video. Let's see if we can get that to play. So that's on the little screen. Let's go big screen. And I'm just going to take the volume off that. But this is just to give you an idea of what type of content you can expect in a free mini tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn how to put fabric on a hoop. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of that. And this will be for all of the classes: ribbon embroidery, porcelain painting, acrylics. I'll be running acrylics classes next year, mixed media and inks. So they're full little tutorials, and I just talk you through the basics on how to get started quickly. So let's get out of that screen and I'll stop that video. There is one thing that I need to mention in these videos, and that is that while we are in a Hangout, some of the videos will be a little bit slow. Hello, here I am again. Some of the videos will be a little bit slow. So for today's event, I've tried to embed a couple of videos for you to watch. The demonstration later on today for porcelain painting will be a video that I'll have playing, because I've found that doing a live demonstration with me trying to paint porcelain while you're watching, you're not going to see very much. So this is the best way of being able to do this at the moment. And you'll just have to bear with us because sometimes uh, it can be a little bit slow based on your connection. But that's why there's a replay and you get to watch the replay. So, where are we? Let's have a look at. Let's go back to the site. Uh, I hope that you can see this screen. Um, this is our online shop. And if Elle's watching, can she please send me a message to let me know that this is come across? Because I've shut down one of my other windows at the moment. And basically, this is the online shop. The shop will be open on the 7th of November, so that's in 2 days' time. We're still uploading a couple of more products, but basically, here it is, and you'll be able to purchase your materials for your classes. Now, this is the great thing that I've done about having an online school is that you don't have to use the products that we sell in the online school. Uh, they're recommended products. Basically, I've created a collection of different products called Ingrid's Choice with Australian companies. And we have Fay Good products. We have a beautiful collection of hand dyed silk ribbons and hand dyed fabrics from Clarence River Rainbows. And I've created collections of colors and color palettes that I think are a lovely range of colors. And they're color ranges that I use here in my studio. So if they're color ranges that I use and they're fabric combinations that I use, then you've already got the basics for you of creating beautiful works of art. So you can have a look around the shop. Like I said, nothing is connected to purchasing just yet. It's still being set up, but I just wanted to show that to you today. I'll just show you the ribbons because they're just absolutely gorgeous. They're all in collections of color ranges so that you can pretty much just start a project. For instance, I'll just show you the. I'll just get my face back on. Hello. So what I wanted to show you was, and I'll show you more about this later. This is a pillow that I created on the fabric that's been hand dyed by Clarence River Rainbows. And it's using a lot of their hand dyed ribbons to get these effects. Now, this is one of the bonus editions on one of the video courses that we have on violets. And basically, you learn how to create the basic flower. And this is the bonus video where I go through and explain step by step how to create a larger design, how to create something on a different background, how to choose your colors. So, for instance, if you don't like purple, I've got color ranges a, in the ribbons that I would recommend if you wanted it all in pinks or if you wanted it all in blues. Even if you wanted to combine pink and blue, they will still work because I've got the value ranges that are complementary to any of the other colors. So I can help you match which ones will work for you. So that's just how Ingrid's Choice palettes work. And it's the same for lusters, all of your gold painting materials, and basically it's all the products that I use here in my professional studio. So that's that part of it. And Yumi, I'm just wondering whether you're here or not. Um, I don't see Yumi online just yet. Uh, what I think I'll do is I'll show you some close-ups of that pillow. So this is the sort of quality of how up close all of the video tutorials will be. Here are just some samples of the beads that I'd used. That's the whole pillow. Thanks, Al. And so there's some close-up shots of the pillow that is in the course, which is our very first course that we'll be premiering later this afternoon. There's a couple of things that I still need to sort out, and that will be available to be purchased later on this afternoon. And if you sign up to the newsletter on the site, then you will know that the course is live and ready to purchase. And welcome to anyone else who's signed in right now. I I hope that everything's coming in clearly for you, and that you've got a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a cup of something else that's going to get you going, especially if you're watching this overseas in a different time zone. I really appreciate that a lot of people are staying up till 12 o'clock at night to watch this. I will look at doing some different times and seeing what works with the majority of people. Obviously, we can't do telecasts live to suit everybody, which is why we have a replay. But I will try and do some different times so that as many people across time or across the different events that we have can try and access them live. And so before I keep going on talking with the online things, this is just welcoming you to my studio. And over the events and group webinars that we will be having, you'll get to see different parts of my studio. Behind me here is one of the paintings that I'm working on. It's quite far away, but it's actually a life-size canvas painting. That was based on a reflection from my trip earlier this year when I was in Russia and Sweden. This is particularly from Russia itself. And behind me on over this way, if you can all see this gorgeous little toy. This was made by Tatiana, and I've written a blog post about her. You can read about it. It's one of the latest ones on the Ingrid Creates site. And you can read about her beautiful toys that she makes. She was one of my silk ribbon embroidery students for the past 2-3 years. When I'm over there, and she's attended live online events as well and produced amazing pieces of work. Uh, so my Mrs. Tiggy Winkle that's here sits and watches over me while I'm doing my embroidery. It's a really relaxing, I think, way for me to unwind from all the work that I normally do. My porcelain area is in front of me. This is my canvas area, and I have a little space over here for my embroidery work. So you'll get to see a lot of different areas of my studio throughout the coming webinars. Now, the next thing about these webinars, I know that I said Yumi will be coming in the next probably couple of minutes or so. However, I can't seem to get her online at the moment. I'm just going to try and invite her again and see if she's there. I've just sent her a link again to join us. And okay, I was talking about these webinars. These webinars are a really important part of building and sharing our online community. And I'll be using them at the moment in two ways. The first way is one where after you've studied a course with us, or even while you're studying a course with us, I will be running free webinars to my students, past students and present students who can attend webinars for silk ribbon embroidery, and I will only run an event for silk ribbon embroidery students. And then I'll have another online event for, or online webinar for students who are porcelain painting students, and so on. So if you've studied a course with us a year ago or a month ago, or you're currently studying a course, you have access to an online webinar with me where you get to ask live questions about any of your embroideries that you've been doing with us. You get to share photos. I will also invite some of you to participate live and share your work. And they're great talking points to help other students learn from what you've been doing and creating as well. So they're available every month to all students who are enrolled. They aren't available to the general public, and they're not available to you even if you're just registered. You have to have enrolled in a course because they're part of the feedback system and support for learning online. Now, the other thing when you enroll in a course is once you've finished all of the units of the course, you have the opportunity to send me a photo of your work and I will have a look at it. I'll write you some feedback about what you've created, where I think you could improve, or what you've done well. And you get a certificate once you've sent me a photo. If you don't send me a photo, I can't give you a certificate and I can't give you any feedback. But that's just another way that I will be supporting your learning through our online art school. It's not just logging in and watching a video and going away. That's YouTube, or there are some other online schools that do that. But this way of using webinars, of using forums, of support structures for my students, that's a really important thing. For those of you who don't know, I actually am an ex-school teacher and I used to lecture at university, and a lot of my academic research and thesis publications are about developing creative learning environments. And from all that research, and also, my own experience of having a gallery and teaching premises and working with people in person, all of those experiences I've now put together to try and create a virtual community for people, because we can't all travel everywhere. God knows I can't travel everywhere. I've still got little kids and I've got a family and a business to run and art to produce when I'm not sleeping. And you're all busy too, and you all have families, and you all have other things that you do. And this is a great way of still being able to get inspired and be creative and keep it going. Sometimes we just lose time or lose the ability to do all of those things. And this is one way of being able to share with you and keep you motivated. Now, I'm still having problems finding Yumi at the moment, and I'll just send her another invitation and see if she is available to come. Yumi, if you're there, could you send me a message on Facebook? Sorry, everyone, if I'm looking down, I'm just checking my phone. I don't want to open more windows on my screen. As you can appreciate, technology makes things a little bit interesting sometimes. And because we've had lots of changes to the program this morning, it's a little bit different. So thank you very much for being patient with how this is working. And I will be doing another webinar, like I said, in a couple of weeks, probably in about 2 weeks. And just to present things again. Now, if we can't get Yumi on today because of the issues that we've had with technology, I'll have her in again in that 2 weeks time, and we'll do this again. And we also, this is something that Yumi and I have been discussing. I want to try and get her to do a demonstration from her end so that you can see it and I can see it as well. That'll be really cool. So maybe if she can't log on today, that's okay. If she can, that's great. And I still might ask her to do that. I'll still ask her. What do you reckon? I think we should. That's sort of how I do things. Sorry. And you know what? I think that also reflects. Here we go. Yumi, you there? Hello.
Yes. Hello.
How are you? Um, I would
Good
just like to
morning from Japan.
thank you. I would like to welcome Yumiko Kanazawa to our webinar. And for the people who have registered and are watching now, and to the people who are watching the replay, please send me any extra questions that you'd like to ask Yumi because I don't know whether you listened to what I was saying just before, but I reckon that we should do this again in 2 weeks' time and have you come on and actually do a demonstration from your end and share it with us again. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just joined you right now and I don't know what is going
that's okay.
on.
That's okay. It's not a problem at all. I was just talking about you, and I was just about to share the story with everyone of how we met. And it's an interesting story because we met through Facebook, and
Yes.
I've always seen Yumi post at that time, I'd seen her post about her beautiful paintings and I'd visited her blog. If I'll just show everyone your blog here.
Oh, thank you so much, Ingrid.
Okay, now this is Yumi's blog and I'm just trying to find it on my screen now. So Yumi, if you don't talk right now, because if you do, it swaps the screen backwards and forwards between me and you. So I just want to show your blog for the moment, and then you can have a chat. So this is Yumi's porcelain blog that I was talking about, and this beautiful painting here, I'm actually going to get Yumi to talk about soon. I'll give you a big close-up of her work, but so this is her blog, and Yumi does a huge array of all different styles of classes, and I know that she studied with lots of different teachers and things like that. Now, the reason why I'm just trying to get myself back on the screen. Are you seeing me yet? No.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yep. Can you see me yet? Oh, hang on. Here we go. Okay. Am I back on screen?
Yes,
Yes.
I can see you.
Okay. The quick story of how Yumi and I met. We met through Facebook, only through maybe a couple of message chat things, and we've obviously seen each other's work and visited each other's blogs. You know, I've got my art blog, which is not part of Ingrid Creates, it's another website. I'll show you that after. And Yumi has her blog. And so we'd had a couple of chats, as I've done with many of you who are watching now, and an opportunity came up where I was invited as a guest artist, and so was Yumiko, to the Thailand International Porcelain Painting Convention, I think it was now. And when I found out that Yumi was invited to come as well, I think it was me who suggested, how about we share accommodation?
Yeah.
And we'd never met in person. We had never Skyped before. I just thought, well, she seems really nice and she does great work. So let's share accommodation for a week. I think it was a week.
Yeah, I
And
will.
she, Yumi, is just a beautiful person and a beautiful painter.
Ah, thank
And
you so much, Ingrid.
we, you know, we've become really, really good friends after it. And I think, you know, in any of the creating things that we do, and whether it's your artwork or creating new relationships or new friendships with people, you've always got to look at what else is possible. And there's lots of exciting projects that you and I are going to be creating together in the near future. So, uh, after all of that big long story, I was going to share different photos and things, and I think I'll include those links later on my webs on Ingrid Lee Arts blog. There's more photos of our trip at that time and awards that Yumi had won also. So Yumi, can you please tell us about what it is that you paint and your style of work, please?
Okay, I'm Japanese, and one of my purpose is to expand one of Japanese porcelain styles called Kutani, and it has a long history. But compared to Imari painting, Kutani is a little bit younger, and Kutani painters studied in Imari and they learned techniques from Imari painters. And they thought they want to create their original techniques. And they discovered their original colors. The colors are made from grasses, and I can show you the Kutani colors. These, can you see? These are Kutani
Yep.
colors. Can you see?
Yep.
And this is just like blue, I think. This is
Yeah.
just
Is it a
like blue
blue?
or white right now, but after fire, it turns green.
Okay. So
This kind of blue,
that's
green.
like an
Can you see?
aqua blue green.
Yeah.
I can see it. Yep. Can I just ask you, for those of you who do normal China painting, we're used to working with powders,
Hmm.
and yours seems to be powder as well. Can you explain the difference between your powder and normal, regular porcelain painting powders?
Okay. Uh, this is based on water-based color. So we don't mix these colors with oil. When you mix porcelain colors, you always use oil. That is a Western style. But we use, I think I have to open the package and can you see this one? Mm,
Yes. Just hold it in front of your face. That's it. It looks like squash, cheese, or 2-minute noodles.
yeah, yeah, but this is not like that. And this is made from seaweed. And this is glue. And I
Oh,
melt this one with hot water and I make the glue like oil-based glue that you
oh,
used to with the Western style.
yep.
And this one stuck with porcelain. I
Okay,
mix
so
this
that's
one
gone.
and the powder color,
Yep.
and I use this palette. I'm very sorry, this is very messy, but I use this palette
Okay.
and mix like this.
Yep.
This is water-based, so we don't need any oil. And this doesn't smell at all.
Oh, now that's see, I'm still hoping. I don't know when this is going to happen, but I
Hmm.
will come to Japan to study with you, or I'm just going to have to wait until we do our project together. But that is really interesting. So you don't use a
Yeah,
palette knife
and
to
this is
grind it?
spatula, Japanese style of spatula. And
Okay.
can you see?
Yes, yeah. It looks
We
like the
don't use
bottom of a
Western
fishing bowl.
spatula. This is a Japanese style, and I just grab like this,
Yep.
and I ground like this.
Okay. I'm glad you look so happy while you're doing that. So after you've heated up the seaweed and ground up your powder with the seaweed,
Hmm.
then do you think we just normal porcelain painting brushes, or
Yeah,
is there a
I
different?
use an Japanese style of brushes. Hold on. These are my Japanese style of brushes.
Just hold them there, Yumi. Can you put them up a little bit higher, please?
Can you
That's
see?
no too high. That's it. And just hold it still.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and first of all, using this one, the tiny one, and you know Sumi ink, right?
Yes.
And I draw. Can you see my drawing?
I can
I
just hold it
draw.
still. Hold it still. Yeah, we can pretty much see that.
Can you see it?
I can see it now. There's a fish and a person.
Yeah, fish and a boy. I
Oh,
draw
okay.
the fish and boy with the swimming. First of
Okay.
all, I need drawing. So,
Yep.
yeah, I can't paint free, so I draw this one with swimming.
Okay.
And after I draw it using this brush,
Yep.
and I line draw with this is a line draw color that I show you I show you I show you this one, right? And this is a line drawing color. And using this palette, and I line draw on the swimming.
Right.
And after that, I put several colors with these brushes. And I make the project like this one. Mm. This is difficult. Can you see?
That's okay. You don't have to do all the like a big demo today because I think we'll plan for one in a couple of weeks' time. Um, so once you've applied the design and the paint, obviously the brushes are different. And
Yes.
how does is the firing the same temperature?
Yeah, same temperature. I think in the States it's around con 16, 17. And Celsius, I think 800, I'm sorry, 780 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
780 degrees Celsius.
And you're able to put, if you were painting in Kutani style with Kutani paint on a piece of porcelain, and you put it in the kiln with, say, a luster painting, is that okay? Will there be a problem with the firing?
No, I don't think so. We can
Okay.
mix Western style and actually, you showed me one of my piece on my blog, and I mix luster and Kutani paint.
Okay, I'll get that picture up for everybody. I did get a message just then from Lisa saying that she couldn't see the online store properly.
Hmm.
I will sort that out again um, in the next, or after we finish our chat with Yumi. So I'll just get that picture, Yumi, up again of your beautiful work. Can everybody, Yumi, can you see that?
Yes, I can
Yep.
see it. Yeah, the
Okay.
background is luster, and I put Kutani paint on the Buddha statue.
Okay, I've just enlarged it quite a lot so that people can see the detail of the paint and the different way that they create colors. Now, do you do shading in the same way that we do in regular porcelain painting? I'm just looking at an area here where I think you can see the little magnifying glass. Can you see that on your screen?
Yes,
See down here, there's this beautiful sort of crackle and it's darker and then it gets lighter. And here on the cloud swirling, is that a cloud or water?
yeah,
Cloud.
cloud, yeah.
Where the cloud is swirling, you've got a lot of shading in that as well. Could you explain a little bit about that process, please?
Yeah, it's a one fire. When I use Western color, I always fire two times or three times. But
Right.
usually Kutani porcelain is a one fire porcelain. And in that case, I put several Kutani colors first. And if I want to make a shadow, I put more colors on the second fire.
Okay. Um, it's a beautiful piece. Was this for an exhibition?
Yeah, it's one of the pieces for Japanese exhibition,
Okay. And
not
where
the
was
international ones.
So the exhibition that you had, am I on the screen or are you on the screen at the moment? Who's are you on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. I think your work is still on the. Can you see your work on my screen?
Yeah, I can see your artwork on your screen. Yes.
And I think I'm back now.
Yeah, you are back.
Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. Um, the reason why I invited Yumi on, apart from the fact that we're great friends, but more importantly, is that I wanted to share with everybody your passion for why you create the porcelain in the style that you do. I know, from our many conversations that, your passion is to create a Yumi style or a new style of work, which I think we all strive to do, is to create something unique. And I think you're trying to create a unique style of blending your Kutani traditional work and Western style into like a fusion of Western and Japanese cultures to create something that's very unique and individual. And as another artist, I love watching that journey of yours. And if you, for everyone else who's watching, please go and visit Yumi's blog, because she has a huge range of different styles of paintings. And I remember when I saw the painting of yours in Thailand, where you combined the map on the jewelry box with jewelry inside. I don't have a picture of that right now, but the way you think about your compositions, and it takes a lot of they tell a story, I think, and that's what I love about your work. Is there something else you'd like
Thank
to
you.
share with us about that? Can you share anything else about, your whether you've had any challenges with your mixing of two styles of painting?
Yeah, this is not a new style, but I also like painting miniatures, and this is also a challenge for me. Can you see it?
Can you tilt it a little bit forward? It's a dog, Labrador.
Yeah, it's my last
Yes.
dog. I lost her while I
Oh,
was in Canada, and after I lost her, I couldn't paint for a while. But we got a new puppy, and she brought kind of smile and happiness to us, and I started painting, and I just finished her, and I wanna put her into the frame and wanna hang on our wall like this.
yeah.
But I
Now
also
this,
like
so
this
you're
is a
telling me,
Western style, but I like painting miniatures too.
so oh, by the way, for those of you who are typing in the chat box, I can read it. Oh, okay. So Lisa's telling me that you can't see her paintings. I'm just going to try and put her painting up again. I'm not sure why that's not working.
Can you see it?
I can see your picture, but apparently people aren't seeing the picture I put up of your work before. I'm just going to try, Yumi, I'm just going to try and get, um, maybe if I do this. I'm just going to try something. So if everyone can just bear with me for a minute. Yumi, if you can just pop your painting down. I'm going to take Yumi off the screen, and this way I can, sorry Yumi, I'm just going to take Yumi off the broadcast and see whether that's why I'm not able to share um, her painting. So uh, can people just let me know? Can you see me on the screen now looking at her design? That would be really helpful if someone could get back to me. Lisa, I can see you on Facebook, so I'm just wondering, can you see that screen? Nope. Okay. What I'll do is, if you can't see it on the screen right now, what I'm going to do is I'll include photos of it. Thanks, Louis. I will no. I'm just gonna leave it at the moment. And what I'll do is when we do the replay, I will include photos of Yumi's work then. And I'm just really sorry that I can't get it on. Okay. Uh, right. Sorry, Lisa, and sorry everybody else who's watching. I'm just going to leave it for the moment and get back to the interview with Yumi. Sometimes these things happen, and as you can appreciate, and I'm just going to pop Yumi back on. Yumi, are you on there?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so people weren't able to see your combined painting from before, but I
Mm-hmm.
will share that. I don't want to muck around while we're online trying to find different ways of presenting it. I think I can sort those problems out for the next webinar. Uh, so is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about what else inspires your work?
Yeah, I just brought this kind of artwork, and I also want to show one more thing.
Yep.
This is a future of Kutani porcelain, and it's twisted.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's interesting for Western people. That's why I brought this one too.
Now, is the porcelain different?
Yeah, porcelain is also different. The future is different. This shape is just only for Kutani. How do I say? Like this.
It's twisted.
Yeah, twisted. Yeah. The twisted shape is a Kutani future, Kutani porcelain future. That's why I brought this one here.
So how is the porcelain different? Is it a different material?
No, material the same, but grades are different.
Okay. So can you explain why the glaze is different? Is that because the paints are different?
Yeah, paints are different. The paint mix of pigment and glasses. That's why the glaze is different.
Okay. And they're beautiful pieces. Is it typical to paint on small pieces of porcelain, or do you have larger pieces of work for
Yeah, of course,
paint?
we have a lot of large pieces.
Is large painting something that you prefer to paint on, or do you prefer to paint on the small pieces?
I like painting both.
Okay. And do you have any exhibitions coming up, or what are your plans for um, next year? Because this year's pretty much
Mhm.
over for any of us doing a lot of things. I know
Yeah, only two
there's
months
a lot of
left.
things still going on. It's not saying you're not painting, but what plans have you got for next year?
Next year, right now I'm focused on painting for the Thai convention again. We will have a big international convention in Thailand in March, and I'm focused on painting two exhibition pieces and two competition pieces. So I have to paint four pieces in total. And after that, I wanna go abroad. I wanna study abroad in the States once, twice actually, maybe yeah, but at least twice. And
Yep.
first, I wanna go to the Sandoz painting studio um, to take how to paint glasses. I'm
Okay.
painting colors, mixed glasses, but I've never painted glasses as a subject before. So I want to learn how to paint glasses from him.
Okay.
And um, I have a good teacher in Italy, and next year I want to study abroad in Italy to take her classes.
Hmm. That is wonderful. You spend a lot of time traveling and jet setting around the world, which is fantastic. And I really want to thank you for making the time to come online. I think it's about what time is it now in Japan? Not eight,
Yeah,
nine,
9, almost 9
11,
a.m.
almost 9 a.m. So thank you very much, Yumi, for your time. And
Thank you
I
so much for sharing, and thank you so much for giving me such a wonderful opportunities. I hope your online school will have a good success.
oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Good luck, Ingrid.
Thank you. And I think we will get you back in maybe 1 or 2 weeks' time, and we'll do a bit of a demonstration with Kutani painting because it's something I haven't seen, much of before, and I'm sure lots of other people haven't either. So we'll be doing that, and everyone will get to meet you again, and I'll be able to share a lot more of your beautiful paintings. But
Thank
if
you so much.
my pleasure. If you have the time to go and visit Yumi's blog, do that. Can you just? I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can pop up the blog again just now. It's Summerstein, isn't it?
Yes, Sommerstein. Yes.
Okay, so it's Summerstein 0411. And for those of you, I'm hoping you can see this on my screen right now. This is Yumi's blog. So it's Summerstein, Sommerstin, 0411 on WordPress.com. And I'll share a link from Yumi's blog on the fan page, on the Ingrid Creates fan page on Facebook, and you can have a look at that more then. So thank you very much, Yumi,
Thank
and
you so much, Ingrid.
I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so what we are going to do now is have a look at, sorry, I'm just trying to get all these other screens out of my way. Can everyone see me again now? I hope I haven't lost anyone because I just shut something down that I don't think I was supposed to. Um, so what I'm what I'm going to do is show you now a porcelain painting demonstration. And during that demonstration, the demonstration is quiet, and it's a fast forwarded demonstration because it took me about 20 minutes to paint the piece. This is the fired uh, version of it. So it's gold work, and I'll have more pictures of this on the website after. Um, with this demonstration, because it is quite quick, I will give you a link, not a link, you'll get the link and the password. This is a password protected post. So it's only available to people who are watching us live or the replay. And you will be able to watch this demonstration again for about another 48 hours, and then that's it. The link is gone. And if you are interested in learning more about that style of painting, there'll be a course coming up soon. But what I'll do now is hopefully share with you the video of that style of painting, and hopefully that will you'll be able to see that. So I'm just going to go to that now. Now, like I said earlier, you can remember that. Sorry, I'm just getting that screen up. Like I said earlier, when we're watching videos that are being transmitted through my Hangout to all of you, it can be a little bit slow, and sometimes I've experienced a little bit of distortion. So please keep that in mind and bear with me on that. And that's the reason why I've given you access to being able to watch that video again during a replay. So you'll get the code, and it'll all be fine. You can watch it again during your own time. But just remember, there won't be any audio or music in the background. You can just watch it. It's a very sped up version. I've tried to condense it down to about 9 minutes of footage. So while that video is playing, if you have any questions to ask me, if you can ask them over in Chatwing, and I will be happy to answer your questions. Now, if some of you haven't logged into the chat at the bottom of this video, I will try and put up Facebook messages, and you can message me on Facebook. Usually when I run a webinar, I'm not having to go across to many different chats. I can read it just in the one place like Chatwing or on the actual screen itself. So what I'm going to do now is go straight to the porcelain piece. For those of you who are silk ribbon embroiderers, I will be talking a little bit more about silk ribbon embroidery after this demonstration. So can you all see that screen? This is the page that you'll get a link to. It's a protected page. You can see that there, porcelain painting demonstration. And it will only be available to you for 48 hours, and then it will be closed. So in the course that this is part of, I'll be teaching you exactly how to stylize flowers in this way so that you can learn to create your own designs. You know, that's a really big part of all the teaching that I'm doing in my online school, and something that I try to encourage, and pretty much how my classes are organized for master classes is that it's not just a project that you come and paint or embroider or create and then it's done. You know, my dream for you as hobby artists at home or semi-professional artists or people who just love to create is that you can take what you've learned with me and be able to keep creating that design in different ways, and like Yumi, be able to create your own unique designs from what you've learned. You know, that's the key to being an artist, is being able to interpret your world around you and interpret the things that you've learned and the things that you experience. And that's the basic background of my pedagogy. The, you know, the philosophy behind my teaching and learning is that I want you to try and become unique in the way that you create, and because it's just a wonderful thing to share. It really is. So you'll learn how to do that in this class and all my other ones. And this is another really important thing that I'm going to talk about in the next coming webinars. I'm going to get a couple of guest speakers who are wholesalers and retailers of porcelain, because lots of things are changing in our industry. But this example of painting is about creating contemporary porcelain paintings on more traditional porcelain blanks for a modern house. Now, for those of you who are in Melbourne and who have been able to come to my studio, and I have a home studio now because that's what works for me. And you know, I have a pretty modern house, so the really ornate, old-fashioned stuff doesn't always suit, you know, my home furnishings until I sort of figured out a way to make it work. And one of those ways is using, you know, traditional looking pieces like I'll be using this demonstration to, I'll press play by the way, otherwise while I'm talking it's going to take a while. I'll just rewind it. Using you know, traditional porcelain pieces to still be modern and contemporary. I'll just make this big screen, and hopefully this is all working and you can all see this. Great. So I was inspired to create this piece from some pansies in my garden and on a box that I've had painted with oils in my studio. So this is just a regular porcelain cookie jar. It's a pretty ornate piece of porcelain, but it's super white. And when it's super white, you can create more contemporary designs. Some of the porcelain we get is a little bit gray in color, and that's then when we have to try and cover all of it with a more traditional look of painting styles. And what I'm sort of thinking about, as in more traditional painting styles, is the American style of porcelain painting. Um, I personally think that, if you're doing Meissen or Dresden, I still think it looks contemporary. The colors are bold and the shapes are quite stylized. So for me, I think it still suits because you're working on a white background. You're not filling it in with lots of other colors. Please don't take this that I'm knocking, your regular American style of porcelain painting, because I absolutely love it as well, and I still practice those methods of painting. And there are other ways that we can look at trying to expand how we paint on porcelain. And, there are, I'm sure, many of you, like me, who have lots of older pieces of porcelain. I share a lot of the modern shapes that I have, clean lines, really big pieces. And I think that you can still use those pieces, like I'm showing you here, with just some different styles, or learning how to apply different styles to those porcelain pieces. I've got, well, when I had my shop, I had a shop full of porcelain. I still have, half a shop of porcelain. And I'm sure that there are many of you who have big stashes of porcelain in your cupboards. And, you can still use them and make modern porcelain paintings on them and reach new audiences. It's just learning how to recreate and modernize what you're doing. And this is just one of the ways. I'll actually be using this in my house. So this is all gold paint, liquid bright gold. I don't often paint with liquid bright gold, but because this will just be a functional piece, I will actually use it. I think the liquid bright gold is fine. I don't want to use burnishing gold for something that's going to be, wiped over a lot and things like that. Now, this actual piece took me about 15 minutes to paint, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And I was able to condense the video down into, I think, around 9 minutes or something like that. I'm just going to check some of your questions or comments. If you're in Facebook, you can send me some questions, or if you're on the chat. Now, I've just realized that I don't think that I can um, get out of this screen, because then it'll take you out of there. So just bear with me for sharing any, responding to some of your chat questions. It's only two brushes that I've used for this painting demonstration. One of them is a Dresden pointer, and the other one is a scroller. And these two brushes, as well as another one, are the only three brushes I use for gold work, whether that's painting on paste or doing any other styles of gold painting. I do traditional, paste work painting too. It's not all just modern pieces like you've seen of my platinum work. Or my gold roses or other luster pieces. Um, I might actually show you one of the other luster pieces during this demo as well. If you can, I say if you can remember, but one of the paintings that I won awards for when I was in Thailand was a luster piece with paste work as well. And I'll show you a close up of that, because I think that will also give you a good idea of just the quality of how close I will be able to make your learning experiences while you're learning online. It's really important that you are able to see things really up close. And what you're watching now is actually only part of the way that I will be presenting things to you. Because this is a demonstration, I think you've got a fairly good view of it. And obviously, when the video is slower and in real time, um, you'll be able to focus on it a lot more. Many of my videos are even more up close, so you can see the really, really close details. Now, often you won't get to experience that when you're in person with classes. And for many of us who are at an age where we need to wear other glasses so that we can see things, I do wear glasses regularly. I'm wearing contact lenses today, but I also now have a special pair of glasses that my husband designed. He's an optometrist, and so that I can see my porcelain at an exact space, at an exact distance. So I can't see a computer screen with them. I can't read a book with them. They are only for porcelain painting and silk ribbon embroidery. It's at a certain distance that he had to measure it because I can't see. And the way that these videos are is at an even closer view than what you would get in regular classes, because you just can't see that close if you're needing to wear glasses. Or if you've got a large room of people, you know, it's really hard for everyone to be able to see what you're doing. And that's the benefit of doing these online classes, because you get to see everything up close. If you couldn't follow something straight away, you can watch it again and again and again. You can watch it again in another year's time or in 6 months' time, or whenever it is that you have the time and space to make so that you can create. Uh, and that's the thing I like about doing this online school, is that I get to hang out with all of you, and at different times of the day. I do chat with people regularly on Facebook as well as get my work done. But as part of a school, I'm hoping. Well, it's not that I'm hoping. I want to create a space where, if you're not feeling like doing a class, or you don't have the time to do a class, you can still come and just hang out at the school. It's something that I used to do with my students when I had my shop. And, I'd have sometimes things just happen in your life where you're just too busy to attend regular classes or workshops. And they would just come in and hang out and see what everyone else was doing. And, that's the purpose of doing the forums and these live webinars when you're a student, is that you can just come and check in and sit in a creative space and just see what other people are doing. It might inspire you to get back into it, or it just might be a space that makes you feel good because you're sharing everything that's creative. And I think that's a great thing. The other really good thing about these webinars is once you've attended the webinars as a student, you will have access to those in our archive. You can watch all the different videos that are part of our monthly webinars in the archives as evergreen webinars, so you can watch them whenever. I also have on the website another area called VIP events, which I'll talk about briefly as well before we go. I know that I'm going quite over time. It's about, an hour. So I think I've only got about half an hour to go. So I'm going to quickly just show a couple of more things. This demonstration is nearly done. And then I'll be able to, thanks Al for that message. Yeah, once this demonstration is finished, I'll be able to show you the online school again and the VIP events, because I'm going to do a giveaway today, and there'll be another one in the next webinars as well to attend the VIP events. So there we are. That's the gold work finished. I'm just cleaning off any finger marks and things, but the important thing is you can see where I'm pointing to the feet on the vase. Don't paint them in gold. That's what makes it look old-fashioned. If you leave it all white and it's a super white product, then your artwork becomes the feature. So I paint no gold on the feet. Don't even outline it or detail it. Just adding a little bit more here and there that I noticed. Don't paint gold on the lid. Just leave it. Let your artwork show. Because once you start adding all the gold and making it look, Victorian or Rococo or, Baroque in style, that's what gives it a more old-fashioned look. Which, if that's what you want to do, that's fantastic. But if you want it to suit a different style of interior, that's my advice for that. So there goes that video. And now, if you would like to watch that again, the password that you need to put in there is in lowercase GOLD. The link that you can see is at the top of the screen. I will also send that link to you in the next email, and you'll get the link to this page, and you'll also get the password to watch it. The photo of the fired cookie jar, which is what I quickly showed to you now, will be published in the forum this weekend. So if you want to see the finished result, and I'll have quite a few different photos, you just need to register to the site. It's free, and it means that you can see and access our forum. You don't have to do any classes. You can just hang out and check out the forum and have a look at the pictures. To find out when the course for this stylized way of learning how to paint will start, make sure you're signed up to the newsletter. At the bottom of the screen here, you can see that you can subscribe to our regular mailing list, and you'll get all of the details of when our new courses are going live and online. So if anyone has any questions about that, I can see the Chatwing page now. Oh, am I back on? If someone can leave a comment, thanks. Okay, so Pat, I can see you said thank you. I'm hoping you got to see all of that and that you could hear everything that I was saying with that demonstration there. And I think I'm back on now. Thank you for your comments, Pat. I'm glad that you are so inspired for everything that we're doing here at the school. If anyone has any questions, just ask them in the chat. I have to start tying this video up because I think I only have about an hour and a half of total airtime. So we're getting close to that finishing, and I will quickly go back to the online store for Lisa. Lisa, I'm hoping you can see this link now, but this is the online store. I will be having all the porcelain painting supplies on here by the 7th of November. And the book section isn't ready yet because my book won't be ready to be published until March next year. It will be launched at the Thailand International Porcelain Painting Convention. I'm one of 8 international guest artists who are featuring there. And that's where I'll be starting my book launch, and there'll be a webinar for it that I'll be doing live from Thailand to everyone, and so that'll be an exciting event to look forward to, as well as me finishing this Luster book. And it's really fun to write this book at the moment. Here you can see the ribbon embroidery supplies that we have. The hand-dyed floss is still coming online, and I do have a new range of fabric prints that will be coming out in another month's time, and they will be available online also. And the hand-dyed fabric, I love these. These are just amazing. Basically, with the hand-dyed fabric, to quickly explain to you, you get 3 different colors that are cut to half-meter widths, and you can create pillows like I've done with the violets. You can create small samplers and all different sorts of things with these fabrics. And the beautiful thing is they all blend wonderfully, and they complement the ribbons that we have here on the site. Of course, you can use other ribbons as well, but the colors that Norma and Pam use and the way they create the fabrics that they do is extremely unique, and they're absolutely beautiful. And remember, they are all hand dyed. These are handmade products, and it's something that makes your work, even more special. You create everything by hand, and I think this just complements it even more beautifully. And it's the same with their ribbons. They are all hand-dyed ribbons, which, for me, the hand-dyed ribbons and hand-dyed floss and threads help create a more natural look to your work. And it's one of the unique features about the style of embroidery that I create. So basically, Ingrid's Choice products are ones where I'm sharing what I use in my studio as a professional artist with you at home, or in your studios to create like a master artist as well. So that's the online store. And I think that was the VIP events. That was the last thing that I wanted to explain to you. Were those. Um, you know what? Maybe we'll leave the VIP event for the next 1 or 2 weeks. We'll talk about it more in the next event because I'm really wary of time and us being kicked off this this communication because you book a certain amount of screen time. So just to show again, because I think on the last on the last on the earlier trans part of this webinar, I showed some of the photos of my pillows, but I'm not sure if everyone got to see those. So this is part of the new course that will be available later today, and it'll be the first online class that is ready to go, ready to sell, and it's a simple beautiful flower. It's one of my favorites, and but you can create it in so many different ways. So going from something very simple, as what you'll learn in the class, you'll be able to create all different styles of designs, and you can see that this is quite a modern looking piece. It's using something that I think still is reminiscent of American style porcelain painting, but making it into something that's modern. And this suits my home, which is very modern inside. It's white and red and contrast of orange and black. But it suits my mum's home as well, and she has a very it's not French provincial. She has that oh, I can't think of the name of it, but it's something that's a little more like that French luxury style of looking at things. So a lot of my embroideries really suit her space, but this is a piece that I've created that suits both spaces, and that I was quite surprised that it would suit both, but it does. And you'll learn how to do that in these in the master classes or in the online course as well. Here's some of the beaded detail that I've done, and you'll see in the course when you if you purchase it and choose to study it. If there's an interest for people to learn how to do this basic beading, let me know, and I'll do a tutorial. I think I can just do a quick tutorial on that. And here's a little bit more of the work. The beautiful bright green that you see here is one of Clarence River's ribbons, and a lot of the oranges and the bottom of the purple ribbons there are also some of theirs. So there you have it. That's the pillow. Now, what I would really appreciate is if you have any questions. I'm going to be finishing up now. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, one, I would really love it if you went to the fan page Ingrid Creates on Facebook and share about your experiences with us live today. I know we had some technical problems, but we've still put a webinar on, and I hope that you've been entertained and inspired to join us on the online art school. So if you haven't registered for the online art school, if you can go to ingridcreates.com and click on any of the free membership buttons like I showed you earlier, and subscribe. That's all you need to do. Subscribe to the website, and then you'll be able to access everything. Subscribe to the newsletter so that you get updates of new products, new classes. I only send out a newsletter, twice a month or something like that, because no one likes to have their mailbox filled with stuff. I don't. But you'll get notified of things. And, once you're registered, hang out in the forum, come and say hello. It's a place where you can ask me questions and I will be able to answer them for you. I don't always, I don't live on Facebook. It might look that way, but I don't. Okay, just saying. And Elle, don't be contrary to that either. But come and visit and say hello in the forum because that's where I'm going to be. You have questions, direct them on the fan page, but more so do it in the forum on ingridcreates.com. I want to thank everybody for attending today and watching with us. And I'm just going to quickly see if there were any final questions that people might have had. Oh, I don't, Louis. Oh, okay. Pat, I reckon you're going to be interested in every course. I just read your comment. In every course that we do. Um, I I love beadwork as well. I don't do much of it because I don't have lots of spare time. Frankly, I don't know how I really fit most of the stuff in that I do. But it gets done. But I think a beadwork thing would be fun. I mainly use beading as a complement to my embroideries. I don't do beadwork as a feature or as a style of expression because I personally just don't have the time. And there came a point in my painting career where I just had to let go of some things. Now, ribbon embroidery is something that I picked up. I've been embroidering since I was 15, 16 years of age. And earlier I was sewing and things like that. And, when I was a teenager, I'd make my own clothes and embroider on them and bead them and wear them, as you do. And so I've been doing this stuff for a really long time, and I sort of let it go by the wayside and all the crochet and things that I used to do. And it was just a hobby. And I'll talk more about this, in lots of other webinars and things. But essentially, I came back to doing embroidery. If you would have seen one of the posts that I shared on the fan page about the baptism gown that I did for my daughter. And that's when I started to pick up silk ribbon embroidery because I wanted to silk ribbon embroider her baptism gown, as you do, and so that's when I started to do it again. And it was really only something that I did to get through night feeds and, keep yourself awake during the day while babies are sleeping and doing what babies do. And then I got more into it, and now I end up teaching it and developing a whole range of fabric prints and collaborating with, Clarence River Rainbows and teaching master classes overseas. And this is something I really didn't think was possible, but when you ask, it happens. So it's something I've still kept doing because I really love it. It's for me something I do to totally relax and get quiet and not have to I don't know. It's just a different creative space I get into when I do it, and it's something I can stop and start, and that's really important when you've got small kids or other commitments. Not even children. If you've got other commitments with work and stuff. For me, it's a really good way of just quickly de-stressing and creating something that's just pretty. A lot of the artwork that I create is quite abstract in terms of my fine art paintings, and you know, it's uh, it's a brain break for me not to have to always express deep thoughts or philosophies on things and just make something pretty. I'll show you something I'm doing quickly at the moment. This is going to be a pin cushion piece. This is from one of the tutorial or one of the courses actually, where you'll learn to hand paint the fabric in the same way that I've done there, and you'll learn how to do the ribbon embroidery for the rolled ribbon roses with silk and organza. And what I'm doing at the moment is I decided it needed a little bit extra. So I don't know whether you can see it there, but I've put a little, maybe I'll pull it back a bit. Don't think you can see it, but I've made a little pansy and I've put some beadwork on there, and that's when I have fun and I relax. So that's one of my fun pretty pieces because I don't really do much pretty work on porcelain. It's more either abstract work that I do or other stylized versions of work. I do paint realism as well, and there'll be some masterclasses. There'll be some online courses to learn how to paint realistically, do photorealism as well. So I'll just quickly check if there are any more questions that people have. Um, are the fabrics silk? No, the fabrics are, this is answering Elle's question. The fabrics are not silk. The fabrics are 100% quilter's muslin. And they're a really high quality, fine weave cotton. Sorry if I went off your screen just then. It's a beautiful fabric to work on. And the fabric prints that I will be printing are also done through a company in Australia, and they'll be distributed from Australia. All of the products that are on, or that all of the companies who I collaborate with now for the Ingrid Creates online shop are all Australian companies. And that means that all of the products are created with them, or we've developed the palette choices with them, and they're all distributed from Australia. So there's that quality assurance that you've got as well of local products. You're welcome. Are there any last questions? I'll just check my messages. No? Okay. Well, I think that we will finish up with this webinar. And I really want to thank those of you who've been able to come along and watch this live. And I really want to thank all of you who are going to watch the replay of this. And I thank you for your patience and your understanding in what's happened with today's webinar. It's part of, technology and working with technology, but that doesn't always mean that we will have hiccups and glitches. They're just part and parcel of it, like normal everyday life. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Remember, if you can please leave comments about your experience with this webinar, even if you're watching the replay on the Facebook fan page, that would be wonderful. And to share as much as you can about the online school. And if you have registered, please come and leave some comments in the forum. I think there's a forum topic about the creative webinars. Leave any questions you still might have, or any comments and things, or things you'd like to see more of in that, because basically I can create these webinars. I can, but they're even better if you can help create them with things that interest you or what you would like to see more of. There's no point me just telling you everything. It needs to be a two-way thing to be a community, and otherwise it's just the Ingrid show, and I think that's not really that interesting. So please, I'd love your feedback and have your help in creating this art community at ingridcreates.com. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you all in about a week or two's time, and I'll be promoting the next webinar on Facebook soon. Thanks a lot, and enjoy the rest of your day or evening. See you later. Bye.